Hello, Andrea Salvatore here from TraderSecretLibrary.com. I'm here to present you my latest creation, the Cruscotto indicator. The Cruscotto indicator is the ultimate currency strength weakness meter indicator. It monitors the status of 8 of the major currencies plus gold and oil if your broker streams the quotes for that as well. It does that in real time using 1 minute data coming from the 1 minute time frame, and it calculates the strength and the weakness score for 6 different time frames, from the 15 minutes up to the monthly time frame. What I'm going to show you is how to apply the indicator. To make your life easier, I just created 3 templates that come with the indicator. When you run the installer, it installs not only the 3 indicators but also the 3 templates. To use the indicator, you simply have to open a chart. Any chart is okay. It doesn't matter which pair you use or which time frame. I suggest you to use a pair that updates frequently, like the Euro US dollar or the pound dollar. So once we have opened the chart, going to the file menu, we can simply right click on the chart and go to the template. You have 3 templates: the Cruscotto horizontal, Cruscotto square, and Cruscotto vertical. Each one will load automatically the indicator, the horizontal, the square, and the vertical version of the indicator. Based on your screen size and on your preferences, you can choose one of those. The horizontal and the vertical ones can be used only if you have a big screen. Especially if you want to use also to the commodities, if you also want to look at gold and oil that take space. But the square version works even on small screen, so we'll use that for this example. So right click the chart, choose template, and then choose the template that you prefer. It may take a while at the beginning as it's downloading the data for 20 currencies. 20 currencies is the number of currencies that are used to calculate the score for each currency, and plus gold and oil. Okay, once it has done, you will see a screen like that. This is the Cruscotto squared version. You have 8 currency here: the Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, euro, pound, Japanese yen, New Zealand dollar, and US dollar, plus the gold and oil if your broker streams the quotes as well. What does the Cruscotto do is calculate the strength and the weakness for each time frame of each of the single currency. So it takes all the information from all the currency pair where the currency is involved, and it calculates a sort of average, giving a score. The score tells you how strong or weak the currency is in general, so against all the other currencies. So it doesn't tell you how strong is the Euro US dollar, but it tells you how strong is the Euro versus all the other currencies, and how strong or weak is the US dollar versus the other currencies as well. So we got a score for each of the currencies. It gives you a score for each time frame that goes from -100 to +100. So -100 means that you have a very weak currency, like the Canadian dollar now, for example, in the shorter time frame, the hourly and the 15 minutes. And when you have a plus 100 or near plus 100, so positive values of the score, you got a strong currency like the Swiss franc in the monthly, and the Japanese yen and the US dollar actually. So what you have to look for are weak and strong pairs, and match them so that you can go long or short based on the signal, on the information that you got from the Cruscotto. Those information, as I told you, come for 6 time frame. So the 15 minutes uses only the latest 15 minutes data to calculate the score, the hourly only the 60 minutes data, the 4 hour the 240, and so on up to the monthly. And when you see a pair like the Swiss franc now, you see that it's strong in all the time frames. When you see a pair like the New Zealand dollar, you see that is not that weak, but it's quite weak on all the time frame. So when the score is above or below a certain amount that you can set, and now we'll see how to set the options for the indicator. When they are above, for example, the plus 70, that currency is in what I call the buy zone, and when it's below a certain amount, in this case is minus 70, it goes in a sell zone. So what you have to look for having the best performances is look for currency that are in buy zone like the Swiss franc now, and match it with currency that are in sell zone on the same time frame. So actually, for example, a good match can be the Swiss franc and the pound dollar. So if we open a Swiss franc pound dollar, we can see that we are in a good short trend, and we can see that here that the pound is weak and the Swiss franc is strong. So matching those two currency, we have a currency pair that is showing a huge drop, more than 100 pips, so 140 pips actually. What is important is to catch the signal as soon as it shows. So it's important to monitor the Cruscotto to pick up the best pairs. Okay, so you don't need to have open many pairs, but only have to monitor those one that are showing more potential for a short or a long. So like in this case, the pound and the Swiss franc, or the euro is also weak, and the Swiss franc, maybe euro Swiss franc can be another currency pair to watch. So when you know that the Swiss franc is strong, and you simply look for other currency that are showing weakness. But let's look at the settings. The settings are the same for each of the version of the Cruscotto. As I told you, there are 3 versions: the square and the vertical and the horizontal one. In the manual you will see screenshots of them, so you don't need to load if you don't want. The buy level is the value that the score must have to give a buy signal. You see here the red, the gold is in buy signal for the monthly period. And same things, but on the opposite side is for the sell level, that is minus 70. The X corner and the Y corner uh, is um, is the shift from the left for the X and from the top in pixel, so you can move the Cruscotto around the window. If you want to show the commodities, you have to leave the commodities option to true, and it's the default. If you don't want to show the commodities, you have to set it to false, and we'll see what it happens when we set it to false. Um, every broker, almost every broker, has got a different symbol for gold and oil. Here you can set the symbol of your broker. Those two are those used in the Alpari UK platform, but you have to put your symbol name here if you want to use the gold and oil. There are all the options that you can set for the indicator. So the buy and sell zone, if you want to move the indicator on the window, you can shift it more pixel. If you want to show the commodities, you set it to true and it's default. Otherwise you set it to false. For example, if you want to use that indicator, the Cruscotto indicator, in with a broker that doesn't use doesn't stream gold and oil, you have to set it to false, otherwise it doesn't work. So when we set it to false, the commodities disappear here. We see that the Swiss franc now and the pound dollar are becoming stronger and weaker. So if we take a look, we see that that moves continues. What happens if you got 0 like in the oil here? And that means that you don't have enough data to calculate that time frame. It may happen if your platform is new and you never use it before. What you can do is to download historical data, and you have to do that for all the currency pair that are involved in the calculation of the currency. So for example, if we got that problem with Japanese yen, what we have to do is download the historical data for all the Japanese yen currency pairs, and you got a list of the 20 currency pairs that are used for the calculation and in the manual. And that process can be annoying, but it needs to be done only one time. To do that, you have to go to Tools, Historical Center, and let's say for example that you want to download the Euro US dollar historical data. You double click here the 1 minute, as we need the 1 minute data to for the Cruscotto, and we click the download, say OK, and we wait for the download to finish. And once the download is done, we close the window, and we do that. We can do that for all the currency that are needed for the yen in this case, or pound or whatever, to be shown. That's it. I hope you enjoy trading with the Cruscotto indicator. I'm sure that it will help you a lot with your trading system. Bye bye, ciao.